With most GTA games, we learn the backstory of the main protagonists from their childhood to their life before the game's story. But one protagonist always had a mystery to his past, that being Claude. Claude was a merciless mute gun for hire in GTA 3's story, and that's about it. All we really know about him prior to GTA 3's story would be from San Andreas, that he was a drifter who ran an illegal street racing ring in San Andreas. We don't know anything about his family or about his criminal history up until 1992 to 2001, which leads to today's video, that being the unknown history of Claude. Not much information is known about Claude's backstory, but we can possibly learn a lot about him through the context of his character. While every GTA protagonist is a sociopath, I believe that Claude is the only protagonist that's an actual psychopath. Most people confuse what a psychopath and a sociopath are. Psychopaths lack empathy, have manipulative behavior, calculated controlled actions, emotional detachment, and lack of remorse. While a sociopath is impulsive, has difficulties forming relationships, emotional outbursts, erratic behavior, and superficial charm. There are levels of being a psychopath and a sociopath, but the most extreme example of being a sociopath in the GTA series would be Trevor Phillips. Although sociopathy can be inherited, abuse and trauma in childhood are more common causes, which would explain Trevor's case due to his upbringing and his issues with his mother. And although there isn't a psychopath gene, psychopathy tends to run in families. Even if both parents aren't psychopaths, they can carry one or more genetic variants that increases the chance of their child of developing psychopathy. So people can both be born as psychopaths and become psychopaths due to early childhood trauma. Sociopaths 9 times out of 10 are more likely to develop sociopathy through their environment, like childhood trauma. And many people are psychopaths and sociopaths, and they lead normal lives. But this is GTA we're talking about, so none of this is really normal. So now we established that Claude is a psychopath, we have a little bit to work with his backstory. Now in the 3D universe, we have to figure out which city Claude was raised in. So he's not from Liberty City, since the events of GTA 3 would be Claude's first time being in Liberty City. And he's not from San Fierro or the state of San Andreas either, since he's a drifter, stated by Rockstar. So if he's not from San Andreas or Liberty City, could Claude possibly be from Vice City? Most likely no. I don't believe the theme of Vice City fits Claude's character. He could have fit more of San Fierro and Liberty City, but with Vice City he'd be a fish out of water. But there is one city in the 3D universe he could be from, that being Carcer City. Carcer City is in the Midwest region of America. It is believed that since Carcer City is in the Midwest, that Carcer City is based on Detroit, Michigan, since it's implied that Carcer City was a once booming industrial city in the past, before it became crippled by crime and oppression, much like real-life Detroit. Carcer City is a setting of the game Manhunt, and what many people don't realize is that the Manhunt series takes place in the 3D universe of GTA. And playing through the game, it's pretty easy to see that Carcer City has a mental health crisis. So I believe that Claude grew up in Carcer City. I believe that Claude grew up without a father, and his mother was an alcoholic. The trauma of Claude growing up in Carcer City, plus not having a father and having an alcoholic mother, I believe it will correlate to him developing psychopathy at a young age. And him growing up in the crime capital of the country, Carcer City, and growing up in a dysfunctional household, along with him not having a conscience, I think that he would end up adapting to his environment. At this point in childhood and adolescence, he would constantly be getting suspended from school, and he would also be in and out of juvie over crimes like shoplifting, joyriding, and robbery. This criminal lifestyle at such a young age would get him into conflicts with his mother, where he'd eventually end up running away at 16. This would happen in the year 1987, since during San Andreas in 1992 he was 21. Between 1987 and 1992, Claude would be a drifter all throughout the Midwest and Southwest of America, where he'd go on crime sprees, just like he did with Catalina in the beginning of GTA 3. He would eventually move to San Fierro, where he'd make it big on the street racing scene, where he'd eventually buy a rundown garage, where he would store the cars that he won for pink slips, before 1992, where he met Catalina. Afterwards, Claude and Catalina would be on a 10-year crime spree all throughout the country, before they finally made it to Liberty City in 2001, where she would end up betraying him, which would lead to the events of GTA 3. I hope you guys did go enjoy this video, this little speculation I had on Claude's past. I understand there's not really anything confirmed about his past necessarily before the events of GTA 3 or San Andreas, but it's really fun to, I guess, put the pieces together. I don't think I said anything like super outlandish, where it's like, Claude is a secret love child between Candy Sucks and Tommy Vercetti,
and then he was dropped on his head, and he was taken to Cottonmouth, where then he would enroll in Bulworth Academy, because as you can see, there's that Easter egg in Bully involving Claude's leather jacket.
I must, like, hopefully I stayed in the lines of, like, I guess you could say, like, what's canon, what's not canon, what could be possible, what's not possible. Until Rockstar says something, I guess this would be my headcanon, I guess you can say, because I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, oh, well, Rockstar didn't say anything about his past, therefore he didn't exist until, like, 1992, he just came out of nowhere. So that's, I guess, my little headcanon speculation theory video I made about Claude, the untold history of Claude. So no, none of this is confirmed, it's just what I came up with, putting pieces together. But if you guys did go on enjoy this video, a like and comment would be appreciated. Subscribe to the channel, and with all that out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.